Hey, what's up, fellow pilots? It's Jumping KJ again. And I saved this one for last because it's the most visually pleasing, the one that really will get your attention when you start doing some planning, and you'll have a lot of fun with it, I think. All right, so right up front, I got this disclaimer that says check your loadout up against the game that you're playing because it's too hard for me to keep up with every game that's out there, every launcher, every configuration. So I did my best. It's not going to be 100% perfect, so that's why I say check your game. Okay? All right. Now, when you come to this screen here, I want you to hit this button up here. Just just go ahead and hit it. Every time you come in, I want you to hit that button and remind yourself of the power behind NORDEN II. Anyhow, I'm sorry, I'm getting carried away again. All right, Norden was a bombing device that was developed in World War II to help put the bomb on target, of course. And it was amazing for its time period. And the guy had charts. He was talking to the ground. He was talking to the pilot to get wind speeds, weather, all these charts he had on his lap, and he was dialing in the sight to get the perfect sight picture to drop the bomb. And that's what we want to do here. We want to get you the perfect sight picture to drop your bombs on the target. Okay? So I'm just gonna do an introductory video because there's a lot of stuff in here, and I just want to show you today, kind of lay out what's in here, and then tomorrow I'll go into depth. Okay. All right. First thing, combat power board. What this is it rates your aircraft for you. Okay. Not for you. I mean, uh, it rates them based on, well, you can go into nations. You can say China. Or France. France, I want to look at France. I want to look at the seventh era, all eras, and I want to look at the top speed. Okay. So I say fill top 12. Okay. It says the Jaguar is the fastest, followed by the Jaguar E, followed by the Super Etnard. And you can go through and you can pick kinematics, and you can pick out turn speed, acceleration. You can pick any of the six characteristics, or you can let it fly and just say, hey, show me the best ones based on combat power rating in this era, because that's the era that you're flying in that week, or that you want to fly on. There you go. There's your top three right there. Okay, so I'm going to go to all nations again. I'm going to say fill top 12. So it ranks the aircraft based on this combat power rating that I came up with. Okay, it's just a combination of speed, climb rate, acceleration, turn, firepower, and ordnance. Now, there's a quick distinction I want to draw. Firepower is what's organic to the aircraft, like the 30 millimeter cannon on the A-10. It's organic to it. It doesn't have to be attached to the wing or anything. So that's part of its firepower. Ordnance is what it can carry on the wings. Okay, so just so you know. All right, so you look at the aircraft, you're trying to pick out the best aircraft to fly tonight's mission. So you look at the aircraft and you say, I'm going to go with Jumping KJ's choice right here, the A8E Tramp. Okay, so we're going to hit that, and it's going to take us to the loadout bay. And in the loadout bay, we're going to have the capability to see the aircraft that you just chose. Okay, and it'll come up if it's got uh, uh, if it has a 3D model in the database, it will come up. Okay, that one didn't, of course. The one I picked didn't have one, but it will have a 3D makeup. My grandson put all these together. We got 150 of them for the first batch. We're gonna throw 100 every. Try to get 100 out each month until we reach the goal of 1,300. And so that'll take a while, but it's worth it. I think these things come out wonderful. When I first seen it the first time, I was like, it blew me away. But anyhow, so you got these 3D view of the aircraft, which doesn't do a lot for you in your mission, but it looks really cool. Then on the left hand side, you got your ordnance that you put into these stations, these hard points, okay? And you see right away, I picked this AGM 122, and bam, there it is. Another 3D model of the bombs. Okay. it's a pretty cool process that we go through to develop these, but it's 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 amazing. Okay, so if it has, I got 113, I think, for a first batch. I'm gonna try to do, I don't know, it depends on how much you guys how many bug reports that I get that I gotta fix before I can get to do actual, development and planning and stuff. Okay, anyhow, so this is where you put your loadout together. You say, hey, I'm going to fly AGM 122s on this, and I'm going to put a GBU 12s as backups. Okay, here on the left, right hand side, you see another chart like we see in the radar chart. Now, the combat power rating is different than this rating. This one is mission power rating. It's still CPR, but it's the mission power rating. And that's based on what you currently have on the aircraft. Okay? So the ordnance, of course, is going to change every time you put a different weapon on it. Okay? The firepower is probably not, because you're not going to change out anything that's, well, of course, you're not going to change out anything that's organic to the aircraft. But anyhow, you see these things will change, and we'll go into them in greater detail. I don't want to go too far, but you can save these. You can import and export them, so you have them available for you. You can name them down here. Uh, you can save each slot so that you can pull it up later too. All right, so now let's go to Strike Planning Console. Now this is the really heart of what I call the heart of uh, Norden 2, because this is where you set up your mission. I'm talking everything about the mission, weather, what type of mission it is, a seed mission. You're going after a ship, or the threat is high anti-aircraft weapons on the ground. What what do you feel familiar with dropping? I like level drops, so I'm going to go 15,000 feet, speed of 250 knots, and 250 miles an hour and zero dive angle. Okay, that's the way I like doing it. I'm going to try to do that. Okay, so my release range, I want to stay 1,100 meters away from the target, because at 1,000 meters, guess what? Anti-aircraft weapon can see me. And how do I know that? I'm going to show you here in a little bit. Okay, how many targets do I got on this mission? I got 3 targets my commander wants me to take out. Okay, and you can see them up here. One's ship, one's armor, and one's hardened threat. Now I can't take it out with the weapons I currently have on this weapon. I'm just showing you the capabilities we have here in Norden 2. So all this is, you put everything in your mission on the left-hand side. On the right-hand side, this is where you put what you want to, what you think is going to be the best weapon for the job. Okay, you pick the weapon type. You pick if you want to release 1, 2, if you want to release the full load, uh, and then you go down here and you say solve. And what does solve do? Solve takes into account everything you put on the left-hand side. It matches the weapon up against the weather, the drag, the type of release that you want to do. If the aircraft has CCRPs and everything, it matches everything. Okay. So this is what it said. It says chosen weapon AGM 122. Well, why did it pick that? Well, laser guided weapon, select it. Confirm targeting pod, built-in designator, or buddy uh, lays source. Buddy lays is the source. Okay, that means you can't do that in some games, but I guess some games they actually have ground guys that do that, or other aircraft that lays the target. Anyhow, so it'll give you everything that you ever wanted to know about the mission that you were afraid to ask. Okay. And then down here you got accept all but the ordinance. Well, I don't know why you would do that, but we put it in there so that you can accept all the criteria except for the ordinance, so you can change it. And then decline and close, okay? And you may want to do that because you're just playing around with the loadouts, and you just want to see what Norden comes up with. So you accept all the parameters, and you notice this chart changed. I don't know if you caught that, but it changed based on the mission. The mission power rating just changed again because you just changed the ordnance and just changed the way that you're going to do this mission. Now the damage estimate 0%. Why? Well, we're going up against, what do I say, a ship, okay? and we're doing the seed mission, which that was stupid for me to select. I should have selected CAS and vehicle, and then I could have solved it, and I could have accepted it. And now that's a little better. It's 1%. Oh my God. Anyhow, so it'll give you everything about the best package that you can do for the job. Mission suitability 37 out of 100. That's not good. Okay, recommended dive angle 0 because that's what you chose. It'll go through all the details that weather layer, physics layer, spec, the strike package console recommendations for the package, damage estimate, and current mission fit. Okay, how fit is your aircraft up against what you selected to do? All right, now we go into uh, MAC, which is the mission analysis and charting module. Okay, and here you have uh, a visual of your mission. Okay, you hit play flight simulation. Okay, this is really cool. Here comes your aircraft. Bam, there goes your bomb. He's still lasing the target. He's got the target lased. He's flying around, and your weapon's heading towards the target. And there on the bottom is your expected hit on the target. See that impact point? And here it goes. Here it comes. Boom. There's your impact point, and it'll give you everything about that mission just took place. Now, what if you wanted to change it? Maybe you want to say, hey, what's the release speed if I change these? You can't change it here, but you can in the 3D modeler. So we're going to go there. Here you can play around with all the criteria, okay? For a few aircraft, not for every aircraft, and not for every ordnance either. It only has a few ordinances to play with, but you get to see the impact of your altitude, the wind on the ordinance. You get to see, well, what if I lower my altitude and increase my speed? That's what this module's there for. And this is why I put it in, not just because it looks pretty, because I think you get some education out of looking at, well, what does that mean? What does wind velocity have to do with my weapon? Well, it has a lot because it's going to pull your bomb off target. Okay, so this is what this module's for. Then you got, we get back. Then you have the ballistics computer. Okay, and this one, gotta get to it. I didn't do a good job on the UI on this one. I can't get to it. That's because I got this ring. All right, here we go. All right, so here is the capability that this brings. You can select the weapon on the left-hand side. You can see, well, here's your target out here. Okay. Well, what if I change it? Now here you get again, you get to change the target speed, altitude. Uh, you get the idea, okay? But you can see you can see these weapons. You can go in and actually see what's the difference between these three weapons that I have or that I want to bring or that I can have. Okay, maybe you want to rank them like this here. I know I can carry any of these four weapons. Okay, what's the best one? Well, the green one is. Well, why? Because look, it gets closer to the target. All I have to do is adjust my altitude a little bit, maybe my speed, maybe my dive angle a little bit, and I'll hit the target and stay far away. Standoff distance is key to staying alive, as you probably know that. I didn't need to say that out loud, but I did. Anyhow, so you got the ballistics computer. Now we go to now this. No one has this. I looked on the web. I looked all over the place. I could not find this anywhere. It's the anti-radiation missile planner. Okay. And what does that do? Well, if I can get it clicked, it does this. Okay. Here you go. All nations. Here, platform and weapon selection. So I'm going to choose my platform. USA. No, let's go Italy. Let's go Italy. what aircraft does Italy have capable of doing SEAD missions? F-2000A. What can it carry? The newest AGM-88C HARM missile. Boom. Okay, what's the threat that it's going against? Well, if your intel officer did his job through Scout, he says, well, you got the and this, you got this, you got this, and you go through the list and you see how far is it that you can be away from that target and still be safe. Okay, if you, I can't zoom in, oh maybe I can. There, I zoomed in. There, well, I did a little bit, not too far. All right, so you look at it and it shows you just a makeup of an emitter. Okay, and here's the detection range is in red, your capabilities in blue, and the difference between where you are and the edge of the cone here is your safe landing corridor. You got 50 kilometers to play with. So as you come in, you can drop your weapon, get out of there, and hopefully your mission will, your AGM-6C will hit the target. Okay? And you can do this. Let's see, I get back to 100%. Yeah, okay. So you can do this for all the emitters that are out there that you're going against, okay? And find the ones. I'm trying to, there's one. Let me zoom back in again. Now this one, the AN/APG 65 is going to detect you before you can get the missile off. So you're in trouble, okay? That's what this is telling you, okay? It's not too hard to tell you're in red, okay? But what's really cool about this is it tells you everything about the missile. It tells you everything about your weapon. It tells you what frequency range that it's capable of detecting and taking out. It gives you your emitter profile, which is what I just talked about. Your seeker match, what is it matched up against? The target, your weapon parameters, and your engagement geometries down here. And we do not have anything on fuse employment or fuse employment at all. None. I have no fuse data in this. And I don't think we have any fuse data capable at all. So, but this is an excellent tool. When we first started building it, I was like, man, I said one of the games came out with a tool, and they came out with a capability of arm with anti-radiation missiles. And I was like, man, it'd be nice to see how far away you can be to launch the missiles. Well, we came up with this, and we just had data in the beginning. And I said, man, but data sucks. I said, we got to have some type of visual for guys that don't understand what's going on. And it's not that anybody's stupid. It's just, you just don't know what you don't know. So this guy here, I had circles. Okay, I drew circles down here, and it looked like crap. And I was like, can we do something better? I said, so we put this vehicle here, and we got it looking a little bit pretty. We can still do a little bit more, maybe some 3D stuff later. But anyhow, there you go. You got Norden, all 3D sandbox, ARM planner, ballistics computer, Mac, SPC, and loadout bay. Plus you have the um, board, the combat board in the front. So you got 7 modules to do wonderful things with. So go out there and get them, pilots. All right, I'll see you in the next video. We'll discuss some of this stuff really close. All right, thanks. Bye.